most of the notes, but we'll just go through this for Galilean Ministry Lesson 3. Um, so we don't have like every single one of the apostles following Christ at this point. There's some later. So basically, Simon Peter, Andrew, Bartholomew, Philip, John, and James the Great, or not to be confused with James Lesser, is following him at this point. So Matthew nor Judas or any of the others, they have not even Mary Magdalene, they haven't met yet. Paul, John Mark, and Matthias are a long ways off from this point. The resurrected Jesus meets Paul on the road to Damascus. John Mark, there's a few theories on him, but a lot of tradition points to him being like even the guy that owned the upper room before. But anyway, getting ahead of ourselves, but get the idea. So I'm one that thinks Jesus was crucified on Thursday in AD 30. So 3 years. So AD 27 is where we would be at, or AD is the first year of his life, or his not his life, his ministry. My bad, his ministry. It's the first year of his ministry. If you go back into like we're in the Christmas season, so like in 2 days it'll be Christmas, but roughly about four. You have to at least have it about 4 BC for before that time, a little bit before Christ be born, because you add all that up with Josephus and all that with the solar eclipse that happened, like that Josephus was talking about, right at or like right up on or right before or something like that of Herod the Great's death. So that and then not Luke, but Matthew talks about Herod the Great dying, and then they can come back. So it's about that time frame. So it's like ish in that time frame. So so it would have to be before 4 BC. That but just put CA 4 BC for right now. But yeah, I put a reminder here to remember their theological narratives. They're narratives, but they may not be as chronological as And then you put there is like a harmony of the Gospels. There's been like it's not dissertation. I'm trying to think the word I'm thinking of. But it starts with a D, and it's like in like older times they put the Gospels together as one thing. Diatessaron, that's the word I'm looking for. And then there's some other things where they did it like that. They still kind of do it that way. Uh, I think probably still in Catholic churches, but in Orthodox churches they have like a diatessaron, or where the Gospels like it's almost like trying to map out Jesus' life based on the four Gospels. And then, of course, the scripture here is in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The scriptures are provided. Mark 1:29 through 34, Matthew 8:14 through 17, 4, 38 through 41 of Luke. All that's just, it's given the same event. And I like to show where this stuff actually happened and what the houses were like and so forth, to kind of get more of a feel that the life of Christ was actually real, like it really happened, all the way from his birth to his crucifixion, resurrection, to his ascension. To kind of give a little bit, like, these are real places. So that's why I kind of bring these in here. So we're in Capernaum, in Israel. Typically, you could be in Australia, you could be in, even maybe Pakistan, or you could be in America, or even Europe, and different places in Africa, and you're like, oh, well, maybe these are just stories and all that. No, you go to Israel, you find the actual places. Actually, if you go into 1 Enoch, with a little bit of side topic with the Nephilim, or the angels that came down and mated with women, the Hebron is actually in Syria. So it's like, if you will, if you're going more, the Nephilim would have came on Hebron, or the Titans, or the Anunnaki, whatever, they would have came on Hebron. They would have been in that area. So I tend to put more on, because everything else is a world tale, but I kind of tend to put more up on believing the Abrahamic text more than I do the like Greek mythology or all that, but that does have its place to kind of point to where, when and where on these Nephilim, but that's a totally different thing. Back to Christ. First question is, what did Jesus do to heal Peter's mother-in-law? What was Peter's mother-in-law sick from? What can we learn from this? And even though it's a miracle, yes, there can be a few lessons in this you can learn. I'm not going to give you all the answers, but you can go ahead and do your thing. So have a good Christmas, and I will try to pick this up next Monday, since Sundays have kind of got slightly busy on some stuff. We'll go back to Sunday later. Christ be with you all, and yeah, have a good Christmas. Have a good Epiphany too. That's on January 6th. Might as well celebrate the whole thing.